What's going on there, Reject Nation? We are here with episode 2 of Hawkeye. If you saw episode 1 reaction, you know how this goes. Hit that like button. Yeah, that's all we really ask for right now. You could hit the dislike button, but that's gonna go away soon. Haha! Subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when our next reaction for Hawkeye is up. Thank you for Jandreau for being here. Follow him on his YouTube channel. He is our comics expert. He's the guy to just keep pointing out things obnoxiously and be like, okay, I get that happened in the comics, Coy, but can we just enjoy the show? And check us out on Patreon. We got full-length watch-alongs for Hawkeye. Sync up with the time code over there. We cover a bunch of shows for the same tier. You get the actual reaction highlights and watch-alongs included. Lastly, thank you to the boys at Prepper for editing out these highlights. Don't expect Corey to be here for every Marvel show we cover. Or maybe.
Now pressure him into since we agreeing or disagreeing to something. Yeah. Get us in over our heads, people.
So that's how you operate? You're just constantly looking for things that are suspicious or weird? You know, some people have actually called me the world's greatest archer.
Yeah? Are you one of those people? Nice place for a kid.
Yeah,
Oh, cool. We didn't see that last time, right?
Get that vest off so I can get going.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be right there. Totally cool, just stay cool.
Totally cool, just stay cool.
So, now that I've answered all your questions, I have so many for you. Starting with, can you sign this?
Oh.
You're kind of my favorite Avenger.
Are you okay, by the way?
I'm good. Oh, yeah, no, I'm fine. You should see the other guys.
I did. Tracksuit Mafia.
That's their name? That's a little on the nose, don't you think?
No way you're connected to this suit whatsoever.
That's right.
I need you to be sure.
I am.
Certain.
Yes.
The tracksuits must have followed you from the auction to where I found you. Did you stop anywhere before that?
I just dropped off the dog.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
And my name's on the buzzer.
I like this episode a lot.
Yeah, this episode is so in. I'm immediately in. This is why I released 2.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Whee!
David, go back for it.
If it's not melted.
Is suit gonna be fine?
It's fireproof, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Where are we going?
Getting further away from those people trying to kill you.
The leaked set photos.
Oh.
I need some supplies.
Hell yeah. Avengers supplies?
Look, I gotta find a place to stash you, safe, so I can recover this suit and clean up your mess.
Stash me? Not a bag of money.
No, you're not. That can only be useful to me.
So many Easter eggs.
Yeah, I'm just like scanning.
Yes, hey, hi. Yeah, we're, got pizza. Got what? Uh-huh. Yep, that's it.
I think the tracksuits would have a lot of enemies for stealing from that auction.
Yeah, I wonder if that comes into play.
Where is it?
Hey.
Hey,
That was crazy. An explosion? Some kind of black market auction?
I know nothing about anything like that.
what's this?
Oh, I started to describe, what I could remember of the tracksuits' faces.
This is very white.
Very white.
When you guys land, your mom's gonna be waiting for you there, okay?
Is this about the ninja?
No, it's not about the ninja. Most important thing is remember these 3 words. Don't lose Nate.
Well, where's
Okay?
Nate?
He really loves his family. You're gonna kill that dog.
Pizza man.
Gonna be late thanks to you?
You're gonna be alive because of me.
Disney.
Hey, the mouse.
No, it's just so I can hear you. And to be clear, not because I want to, just because I need to.
Oh. What happened?
Hard to tell. I know.
Mommy, a superhero. Wow, Stevie, you want to say hi?
Oh.
Hey, look, that one's you.
No, it's Katniss Everdeen. Let's go. If all goes as planned today, Kate, this is probably going to be the last time we see each other.
Sure.
Here, put your phone number in here for emergencies only.
Just letting it ring through, so I have
Gotcha.
your...
Emergencies only, or I'll block and delete you. Merry Christmas.
All right,
Okay?
cool. Call you later.
No, please don't.
They do work really well together. man.
Incredibly.
Yeah.
What are you wearing?
Oh, it's a friend's. I'm just borrowing.
What's this I hear about a fire in your apartment last night?
I can explain. Can we talk without the interloper?
She likely feels displaced by me, and she's testing our new dynamic.
Wow.
She feels threatened by me, and you know what? I can understand why. I bought a book about being a stepdad.
Oh, he's gonna get the classic Hawkeye suit. Is that about to happen?
What's your question?
Gotta blend in somehow.
I'm not trying to cause any trouble here. I just want to talk to that guy, that ninja right there. Stole that suit. When is it over?
Midnight.
Yeah, that's not going to work. It's just going to take a couple...
Hey. Most of those folks out there are firefighters and cops. And if you break the rules, it's gonna get real messy.
What are the rules?
Time to play.
Okay. Thank you.
Wait. Your armaments. Helmet.
I mean, do I have to?
The rules, man.
No dice. I got excited. I thought maybe.
That is inspired. That is wonderfully inspired.
Aren't you Hawkeye?
Look, I'm not trying to cause a scene here, all right? Out of respect, wherever the hell this is, but I'm plumb out of patience. So you got two choices, you understand? I could take this pretend sword, and I take that suit, or I'm gonna real punch you.
Just let me kill you. I'll give you the suit.
No.
This is as close as I'm ever gonna get to being one. Just work with me. Let me kill you.
I fought Thanos.
On Thanos.
Well, no, you gotta make it look real. We gotta have trial by combat.
He's bent over. So good.
Winner takes the suit. Proceed.
Winner takes the suit.
Cling.
You ready?
I'm ready to kill
I could call you Clint.
Yeah. You could also take this to the front desk.
Yeah.
Can't have that show up on my credit card.
No, they will charge you. You did have fun, right?
Glad I did it.
Yes, you are.
Oh.
Take care.
Oh yeah, I'm Grills.
Nice to meet you, Grills.
Grills.
Who is that
Yeah.
boy?
It's the guy from the apartment complex that befriends him and convinces him to make the good decisions later in the second arc.
Oh, yeah!
I don't want to give anything away, but you got what I'm saying.
I was a 2-time state champion. Good with all the outdated weapons. I'd say it made me pretty aware of when someone is trying to stab you in the back.
Common interest is very fertile ground for bonding.
That's exactly what I was thinking. What do you say we break out a couple of these bad
I was
boys?
gonna say, let's fight.
Yes.
I'm gonna go get my stuff.
You can go get my Ronin sword.
She didn't even digest her food yet.
Gonna get a cramp.
I know.
No, this is 2 hours later.
Oh, okay.
What are you hiding, Jack?
Nothing. I'm an open book. Right, darling?
Okay, why don't you start by apologizing to Jack?
Sorry for scaring you into telling the truth.
Butterscotch.
Nope.
You're gonna be a little ready. Come on.
Easy, easy. Come on. She wants him alive.
Go.
Guys, I can see through the bag.
I can see through the bag.
You know, sometimes back-to-back calls isn't the right move. In this case, it was.
I'm sorry. Clint Barton can't take your call right now.
Kazi?
Oh.
Damn, that's a great high-tech ass phone.
Bishop Security, the best, man.
Oh, I mean, everybody knows it.
The law doesn't apply.
It's a nice place you got here.
Because it was getting very hard to find place. No? Old warehouses are being converted into lofts, so how can I get something better? Kate Bishop.
Not Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop is guy, bro.
Kate Bishop is not guy. Wow. Can I speak to your manager?
We kidnapped you, rozumiesz? You are our hostage now, rozumiesz to?
Well, I mean, is that him there? I would really like to speak to your boss. That's why I'm here.
Look at me, okay? Because I'm interrogating you right now, bro. We are there. Okay?
You're the shift manager.
Where is Kate Bishop?
I've never met her. I have no idea.
Oh shit, she got Father's Day. Like.
Bro, I found her.
Oh wow, didn't realize we were supposed to bring guns.
Don't worry, you will not fall off. It's strong.
Oh, is it Echo?
It's gotta be.
I think it's her. Yeah, it's her.
We have them.
Looks like Daredevil lighting.
Mm-hmm. Which she ties into as well nicely.
Yeah.
I like that one more.
The episode?
Yep.
No, I liked it way more. That was way better.
I see why it's a pair.
Yeah. For a cliffhanger of everyone going, who is that? And for a
We
whole
know.
bunch of YouTube channels to ruin it for everyone.
Yeah. Immediately.
All right. Well, that felt long as hell. I felt like we've been sitting here for like an hour and a half. not I mean that in a bad way.
Substantial.
It felt substantial and thick, and everything we were saying in the episode 1, like the first 10 minutes, I was like, yeah, this is already making all of episode 1 a lot better right here. Yeah.
It's really a two-parter, and I think the second half is much more the comic because it needs to be that like 1-2 punch that pair them. And origins are always tricky, and I love where the second episode went. Like that was much more what I was hoping for.
Much more what I was hoping for. I think their chemistry together is really solid, and I'm loving Jeremy Renner's performance. Just like he's so dejected with everyone he's around by, but when he talks with his family, he actually seems happy.
Yeah.
You know, like that's his motivation, and they make that so clear just in the way the dialogue exchanges go. It's like, yes, they made it really abundantly clear with, I got 5 days to get back to my family for Christmas. Yeah. Well, they made that ticking clock very clear, but I love his performance in this. You do see a lot more of that reflection from the Matt Fraction run in here more than you did in any of the movies. You start off here when Jeremy Renner's helping Kate, heal up and stuff. She just sees him in this heroic Avengers light.
Yeah.
You know, oh my God.
The autograph my bow.
Autograph my bow. Where are we going to hide out? Like, cool. Who are we going to contact? And then they're just at a store. So slowly the
facade of Hawkeye.
The veneer of Hawkeye starts to go away. She starts to be more herself too, and like starts to quip at him and make fun of him and stuff and break him down. And you're slowly starting to see like these little exchanges, because when he helped her fix the wound, it was an interesting scene to have so much focus on it, but it's like kind of working on multiple layers here because she doesn't understand a lot of this vigilante work. He's helping her out. This is teasing of the mentor-student dynamic, but also she doesn't have a father, and this is like a father figure. Like she has her stepdad at home who she does not like and is very antagonistic toward. This guy, Clint, is going to serve as like a father figure for her in a lot of ways. But before I just monologue here forever, John. Yeah.
I agree. I thought this built really wonderfully on the first one, and they complement each other really well in that the first one is much more Kate's episode, this is much more Clint's episode, and then by the end they're maneuvered into the exact same sort of predicament, what feels like fully. Now the adventure is off, so yeah, it's like Act 1 is in full swing. Well, like what you guys were talking about in the previous review, I love how they do imbue all of the, it's like the music has all these Christmassy flourishes, and there's all this Christmassy atmosphere, and it's an interesting, again, backdrop, but it does feel like it's actually plugged in to the show, which heightens a certain element of just the interpersonal relationships. And for as much as, there's that warmth with Clint towards his family, I'm excited to see him and Kate build something familial over the course of this season of that kind of spirit, which is just kind of just a weird little sidebar I noted, but I thought this was really thrilling, and I mean the Tracksuit Mafia is very, very fun in the way they realize them. I thought this was really fun.
It's interesting the way they draw the tension here, and I'm really curious to hear what you gotta say. Normally with these shows, there's like there's a very obvious external threat that we're building towards. And here, I don't really feel much tension or stakes around that. It's more like, shit, she got wound up in a couple of things, and then Tracksuit's Mafia is after her because they thought she's Ronin. And it's like, okay, all right. But the real tension is coming from whatever the hell is happening with Jack and what's Kate's mom's name? Eleanor? Is it Eleanor?
Vera Farmiga.
Vera Farmiga. Vera Farmiga and Swordsman. Jack. They call him Jack here. Go. It's like HAWKEYE. What is it in the comics? HAWKEYE?
Yeah, but then Jack makes sense.
Jack makes sense, yeah. It's everything that's going on there, the real tension among that. But admittedly, I'm not too interested in. They have a mystery around here. I'm not really like itching to find out the mystery, to be honest. It's kind of just
obvious what the mystery is at the moment.
I feel like the very obvious like swordsman mislead is that it's her, and therefore we're gonna be like, well, it was her. Yeah. But they've done a really good job always subverting, or not always, but mostly subverting expectations for me, where they manipulate comic book fan explanations and expectations. The excitement of my first episode with Grill was that's a character from the comic book that befriends Hawkeye because he lives in the building. And the comic book, Hawkeye buys the whole building, and like that's a totally different dynamic where he's like the temporary landlord to protect the building from the Tracksuit Mafia. So the Tracksuit Mafia is trying to invade this neighborhood, and that's the last bastion of hope for them. So he befriends Grill in that kind of relationship, and Grill knows he's HAWKEYE. And it's this really fun dynamic between the two of them.
Fat white guy.
Yeah, he's this big fat white guy. And he grills. Like he's a guy that grills. And he's this really important character where we meet his dad. It really opens Hawkeye up. So what I'm curious about is that scene in this episode opened Hawkeye up because we've seen him really curmudgeonly with everyone except his family, and then at the end he gets Hawkeye to admit he had fun. So that was, in its own way, the same dynamic that Grill and Hawkeye have translated into this medium. So in the comic book, it's the getting to open up by taking a trip, by having this adventure. In this, it's getting to open up this way. So he serves the same purpose in a completely different way. So I'm also curious what other Fraction characters come into play that serve their purpose in this new story.
What do you guys think about the way this is shot?
I don't love the fight sequences, but I do love the narrative. Like, I'm enjoying the exposition shots where they show a setting, and I feel like the Christmas flavor, and I feel New York really strongly here because I'm a big New York guy, and I'm hoping that leads to a West Coast side, where this goes West Coast Avengers, where it goes Kate Bishop, and then we're gonna feel like the sunshine of California, because they're really focusing on exposition of location. So I'm enjoying all that, and I enjoy the Reddit comedy edits, but the fight so far, I don't love that they're just like long wides, that they feel kind of a slow pace due to the distance from the action.
One thing I would always feel with, especially with the live action Marvel shows so far, they always felt more like a cinematic, but for television. And here, I really feel like I'm watching a TV show for the first time.
This very much feels like a show.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So there's something kind of missing a bit in like the quality of the execution of how it's shot for me. And I don't know if that's just only because I'm so used to the fact that like when I watch like WandaVision or Falcon and Winter Soldier and Loki, they felt just so composed in the way they were done, that it felt like it was captured through a truly cinematic lens. Despite whatever opinion you might have of those shows, I feel like that was a really big compliment associated with those series. But this one, it does feel a little bit more like, yeah, show.
It's a bit workman-like to me in the way that it's doing its visuals, and I'm waiting.
But that kind of works in some way.
Because they're workman Avengers.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I'm wondering how that ties into. Like, I think as much as we enjoyed Act 1 because of the step up from Episode 1 to 2, I think Act 2 is going to draw more tension. We're going to meet the villain more. But I think the workman thing is going to actually benefit it.
Yeah.
I might have just been stepping on what you're about to say, but like, I feel like that's a benefit of the style. But so far, we're all feeling that same like.
It matches
the flat.
Yeah, it matches the setting and the subjects, but there is something maybe transportive or there's a little element of oomph that I still feel like they could level up on or something like that. Because yeah, they have these occasional shots that are really gorgeous of like, here's a big wide Dutch of like a big setting to let you drink in. But for the most part, I have not yet been able to pinpoint like the show's visual style.
Exactly. I was thinking that when I was watching. I'm like, what is exactly the style or genre of this series right now? I mean, there's a lot of funny stuff.
That second episode leapt from, I gave the first episode in that mid C's, and that second episode was high B's.
Yeah.
So I like the leap up for me was pretty incredible, to the point where I think the second act is going to be fully me in, and I think it's obviously this is why they released 1 and 2 at once. But I think next week when we watch the beginning of the second act, it'll be more what we're going for, I think.
It's one of those things where I'm like, I've been interested and I was engaged from beginning to end on this one, but when it's over, I'm like, okay.
Like I don't find myself rushing to look at Easter eggs or look at connecting tissue or like Google or do the things with the other shows leapt to share my thoughts.
Yes.
And here I'm excited to talk with you guys, but I don't feel like, and that's also the nature of what's tricky about these kind of shows is WandaVision was a mystery, Loki is an expositional pondering of the world and your own thoughts. Falcon Winter Soldier had like the action twists of a thriller from the 80s.
True.
This is the first one that has a show pacing that like I don't know what the conversations week to week are going to be.
Yeah, because it's also so simple in what it's doing,
especially comparatively to where we've been.
Especially, comparatively. But that's the thing I love about the comic is like what they're.
Nice.
I think I might have enjoyed the first half of this episode more than the last half, when it's Kate and Clint and they're getting to know each other, when they're getting patched up. And
I love that.
You're getting past the sheen of what it means to be a hero. Anytime he's like kind of stressed out about it, like all that, and even him interacting in the LARP play. Like that was the LARP thing.
I loved that.
Yeah,
the LARP was
I thought that was great. Yeah,
the way they filmed the action there actually really worked.
The slow-mo like of like him just like dealing with that was everything.
I guess because I still feel like I'm still just getting to know Kate and the family stuff, that I'm not as emotionally invested in what's really going on here. That question, what's really going on here? I'm not really that invested in it. I'm kind of just like, watching it unfold.
Sure.
But I'm not on the edge of my seat or find it thrilling or tense or something. I'm not bored, but I'm not exactly excited when it's there.
For me, that's why it lands in that B range. Because
Yes.
I have no giant qualms that keep it from a B, but there's nothing that's got me like A. Like, so it's this weird, I'm invested, I'm really excited for next week, I'm really excited for more, but at the same time, I do have like the stakes of the last 3 shows were so insane.
It seems to me too that this one has more place setting to do than the previous shows, because the previous shows, each one starts out with like, I mean, you have Clint, but we're just getting to know Kate, and we're just getting to know a lot of the context surrounding her life, whereas the other shows, our main characters are people we know pretty well
That's a really
already.
good point.
And so there's less place setting for Loki to do or for WandaVision to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like if Mobius was the lead, we'd have to have an episode of, and then in this case, like Kate Bishop is our lead. So that's really fair, and I keep thinking, and that's just how I think. Like I'm really excited for Act 2 because that's where things shape, and I'm also really curious where like one of the lead characters in the Hawkeye Fraction AHA run is the building. That can't be the situation here.
Oh, that's happening all in this
So, but that's what
series, yeah.
That's so like, what's the story? Because that's such a foundational part, and this is so clearly inspired by that. What replaces that element? Like, what allows us to feel that connecting tissue? Because the building's the beating heart to me of the comic.
I mean, that's the sense of community, and these are the people that Hawkeye protects. That's
So
the
I'm
big
wondering
part of
if
the
that-
comic. And here I'm like, that's what I mean. There's some placements here that I'm a little bit kind of wondering what the direction of the show is.
That's I think I'm having the same moment of like, you took out the middle of the comic. There's all of this familiarity. What goes there?
But even if I hadn't read the comic, I'd be like, what is the direction of this show exactly going to? I think it's really saved a lot by really great acting. Tony Dalton, I think is his name. Tony Dalton, who plays Swordsman, Vera Farmiga, especially Hailee Steinfeld, all of that.
She's incredible.
But there's something about like, I don't know, maybe I'm just having an off day, honestly. If it's something to do with like the rhythm or energy, the pacing, I'm not sure what it is. It's not quite clicking with me in terms of the energy.
There's a certain lacking tension because you know already how you're supposed to be really suspicious of both Vera Farmiga and Jack. You know that Hawkeye and Kate Bishop are going to get together, so there's like, what is this? It's like you said, it's the direction thing, I think, is, you know, a lot of things are happening that either we know to expect or that we know to be suspicious of, and there's not really like a fresh, new kind of thing to focus on yet.
Take how this episode ended. We know it's Echo because we heard about Echo being cast. If we didn't know that, we'd be like,
who's that?
What's going on?
And then that's why the YouTube comment. Everyone's gonna look up that character and have all the...
But it's also like, well, but it's not even an exciting like, who is that? Because I didn't realize the show wasn't really doing anything of they're building up to a bigger hunt for Kate Bishop.
Right, there's no thing that Hawkeye needs to do that feels big enough for us to like.
Yes.
And Kate Bishop's already like stuck. Yeah, it's interesting.
And it's also with the fact that they have taken sort of that reluctant, apathetic, dejected kind of approach, which I love in the Hawkeye comic. But here, for Clint, he is just kind of like, I don't want to do any of this. Which I like because it's funny and it's amusing and it reminds me of the comic, but at the same time, it also does kind of limit some of the tension and stakes at hand.
What's also really interesting is the thing I love most about the show is the thing that can't be in the comic. The thing I love most about the show is the family aspect of Clint, because you really love him as a family man.
Yes.
You love the phone calls. You love how much... I loved the moment where she was describing like what the next plan was as him as a hero, because that shows their dynamic where she's like the one that's helped him navigate being a hero. That's all the stuff I love. In the comic, he's a womanizer.
Yes.
In the comic, the dejected thing is how he like kind of
He's
gets
going through a divorce and shit.
Yeah. So there's like a multitude of women that cycle through, and that's one of the big noirish mysteries, which inherently can't be part of the show because Homeboy's very happily married. So that dynamic's also like the building. There's a very central thing where my brain doesn't know what the directive is. But people not having read the comic book, I'm curious what you guys are experiencing without that element that I'm going like, but the glue.
See, I'm trying to judge it based off of without reading the comic, and I feel like I would feel pretty much the exact same way.
It's leapt up in the second episode, but I also find myself really wondering how much more it can leap with the dynamic we have so far.
I like it best when, I don't know about you, I feel like we'd be on the same page here. I like it best when it's just like Kate and Clint. like that's the best part of the show so far. Just Kate and Clint when they're hanging out.
Same. I'm a Lethal Weapon guy. A Christmas and buddy cops. This is everything. Give me Christmas and buddy cops.
Well, I think when Clint starts breaking more of a sweat and gets more challenged by the circumstances, when Kate starts really rising and finding her own, maybe things will sing a little louder.
Well, it's like they have the death of Armand here, and I'm like, I don't really give a shit about anything that's going on there. They haven't pinned the death of Armand on the Ronin in the media, right? They were like, could it be?
Yeah, it was implied. It was
implied.
Yeah.
If it was like Ronin killed our, if that was like what everyone thinks,
Right.
then it would be like, now we got some stakes.
And like Kate Bishop's been getting questions is a little bit extra because she goes to the police station. Also, she's not going to be able to make it to the police station.
Well, it's like
she's gonna
everything's
be a woman on the edge.
Everything's played with such a lighthearted tone. Even the cop calling her.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
and the fact that guy, after being the costumes all over TV and the news, the Ronin's back, and that guy was able to just kind of waltz around, go to the park, do some LARP.
Put on social media. Like Hawkeye found him and the cops didn't.
See, it's doing the thing that a lot of Marvel has been criticized for, which is you're kind of undercutting a lot to let comedy live.
I did enjoy the conversation about being cynical, though. I liked the talk about them being like, we want to be fresh and endearing, unlike other things. Like, I really enjoyed the Hawkeyes talking. And there was this whole commentary, and like, we just want things to feel sincere and not curmudgeonly. Like, I enjoyed that dynamic, because that's what the show feels like it's doing, but only at certain levels of success.
Honestly, that cop calling could have been a real tense moment, but it's just like, the way she handles the call doesn't feel like believable to me at all, how this call would go down.
Yeah, it's like, we'll get back to that. I'm sure it'll be.
He was just like, yeah, you can come in tomorrow. Like, come in tomorrow morning.
Whatever. What's good for you?
Yeah,
I'm around.
It's like, come tomorrow morning before work. You know?
I'm not gonna press you that hard.
So yeah, you have the cop there, and then you have this whole thing with Swordsman, and then you have Tracksuit and Echo. Apparently, is all this tying in some way? I feel like there was a lot of separate puzzle pieces, and I can't see how they all become a connective thread yet. Oh wait, I'm the kind of guy who judges a show like this, especially like ones that are meant to be treated as a mini series. They'll judge it by how it's all done in the end. Of course, judge episodes alone. The overall opinion won't be until the show's done. But yeah, right now it's like episode 2 is definitely better. There's a lot to appreciate, but obviously there's a lot of qualms that all three of us seem to.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't feel like there's anything really in disagreement on. Surprisingly.
Hey, look at us.
What the hell?
Who knew?
We've rebuilt after Eternal.
Yeah. All found a pulse together. We got this, guys.
We're back on the groove.
We can't Jaeger drift unless we're on synchrony, guys.
Sync up, sync up.
Compatible.
I haven't heard a Pacific Rim reference in like a decade.
It's the only one I can think of at the time, man.
Drift compatibility is a great touchstone for a lot of things.
That's true. That's true.
I know that when this show comes out, everyone's gonna be like, "Wow, I love it, Marvel! You did it again! You're the best thing in the world." So, sorry for all the criticisms we have.
We're just trying to be real, because we get a lot of like, you just love Marvel stuff, and this is good.
Yeah, so now we're just looking for things to criticize.
Yeah,
That's
we're
not
just
how we feel.
angry,
We're
like
just
Hawkeye.
Yeah,
We're just dejected.
What will make you happy? If we criticize?
Should we call our wives and ask them how to do it better?
How do we satisfy everyone?
Did I dislike but still like this enough?
Are we shills but also entertaining? Because I need to know how it's done.
How do we please everyone?
What's the sweet spot?
How do we please everyone?
Whoa, don't reveal the curtain too much.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's true.
No.
Yeah, you're born on truth there.
How do we remain true to ourselves?
Guys, are you celibate? Hit that like button, subscribe, click that notification bell. It's fucking hot as balls
It's
in here.
real hot.
I'm sorry for putting us in this.
Yep.
It just turned 90 degrees today for some reason.
It's 92
Like,
in LA.
What the hell happened? It just turned like 90 degrees.
We're watching a Christmas show and it's
And
92
my hair wasn't
degrees.
cooperating, so went with Beanie. I gotta cut my hair. I'll see you guys soon. Oh, Mikhail Linden. Mikhail, I just want to know how you're doing, man. You know, I can imagine it's been a shitty year for you in so many ways. Pandemic, delay of Disney Plus, you could finally watch this show with us on time. And of course, that whole fiasco with No Time to Die just sucking balls in your eyes. I'm so sorry, man, how life has been treating you as of late. But you know what? Here in the United States of America, the US of A, it's freaking Thanksgiving. I don't think you guys celebrate it, because you guys have nothing to be grateful for. You ungrateful Swedes? Or Swits? What is he again? Swedish. No? I think he's Switzerland. Sweden? Damn it. This has been going on for far too many years.
Mikhail, tell us if you live in Sweden or Switzerland and give us
way.
a basic breakdown of the differences.
They don't celebrate wherever he's at in Jamaica right now, okay? Mikhail, I want to say, though, that I am thankful for you. You've been an unbelievable sweetheart to us in more ways than one. You German bastard, you. And I've never in my life known someone to be as kind and as generous as you French son of a bee. I hope this coming holiday, this Christmas season, as you're out there celebrating in Ireland, that you have a damn good time getting drunk all over the United Kingdom, you weirdo.
You Guatemalan son of a bee. Oh, you already did a son of a bee.
You had all that time to think of something.
I'm here to help.